Hey guys, this video is going to allow you to design your album quickly and easily within the Roes ordering program. First thing, you're going to click on the albums link and it's going to show you our sizes right here. Click on 10 by 10 for the standard album size or choose a different size. On the left hand side you'll have options such as cover, color, and what text is going to be on the cover, and you can customize that there. You can also choose a color for it and what style it's going to be. We'll have more options in the future to cover all of the covers that are available. Once you've chosen that, we're going to double click on this to minimize that. And over on the right hand side, you're going to click Add Folder to browse to where your images are. Once you select your folder, hit Open. I've already done that and I have two folders open. One of them is all of my basic images, and other one is images I'd like to use for backgrounds. So I have those organized right there. And so you could open multiple folders and work from them instead of just relying on one folder. I do recommend organizing them ahead of time. In any case, right over here we're going to click and flip through to the first page of the album. By default, your album is going to have a bunch of random templates on each page as you flip through, and you can change those before you drop images onto them if you prefer. So the way you do that is simply choose up here a template that you would like and drag and drop it, and it will replace the template that is currently there. And I suggest you go through and kind of get a feel for how you want your pages to be laid out and choose a template that works for you. And once you've done that, let's go back to the first page. Oops. And there's our first page. If we click over here on this album icon, it's going to show us our current cover and inside cover and our current pages and all the templates that are on them. So you can preview that ahead of time. And if I click on here, I'm going to choose an image and drag over here. It will drop into whatever slot I put it into. And I can click on an image after it's dropped in, and there's a little toolbar here that helps me to adjust things such as zoom. And I can click on the image and adjust where it's being cropped and where it's sitting. If I need to rotate the image at all, maybe I'll click on this and zoom in a little bit and rotate it a little bit to the left, and it's going to automatically zoom in to compensate for that. Okay, I can select more than one image at a time, which is great, and so I can choose, for instance, these two images and drag them on here and one on here. And maybe I'll choose a background image to go behind that, right behind here. And so on any of these images, I have a bunch of extra controls here. One of them is going to allow us to put a fill color, if it was just a solid shape, or an outline color, if it's a shape like this. And you can experiment with that. If you want to create your own template on a page, let's go back to the templates, and let's just say My Design, which is just a big empty space. And over here I can click and on the draw tool and just create shapes. Maybe I'll put one big one here, and we'll leave that area wide open. Alright, so once we have that, if we need to reposition them, we can click on the Move tool and we can just resize them. Or click on the center tool to move them around. Or even click on this top bar to adjust the rotation of them. Probably don't want to do that with this one. And might be simpler to just recreate it, but I think that's close enough. Okay, so once we have the templates the way we want them, I'm going to go back to my main images and scroll down and choose some images for this page. So, for instance, for these two vertical images, I may choose this and just go back to the hand to be able to move the image within it. There we go. And maybe this. Zoom in a little bit. And that could be interesting there. And we have one 12 vertical image to go here. So I'll look for something right there, and maybe this will work. Yeah, I think that'll work fine. And now we just need a nice background image for all of this. So something like this might work really well. So you get the idea. You can adjust the background, you can adjust all the images on the page, and put a drop shadow behind images if you'd like, or the outline stroke. So we can click on this, click on stroke, and maybe I'll just choose a blue color. And there's my blue outline. And you can flip throughout your album and just design your pages this way. If you are in a hurry, you can have your images in order and just select a bunch of the images. So I'm going to click on the first one and maybe scroll down and shift click on the last of that group. So I have probably about 20 images there, and I'm just going to click and drag that onto here, and it's going to fill my album up until it runs out of images with all of these images. And I'll just wait a few seconds for that to finish. Okay, once that's finished, I can click right over here on the book, and it shows me my current album with the designs that have filled in. So I can flip through here to see how it's sat down, and I can flip back to adjust what images I actually want to see in each slot. So, for instance, this background image here, I probably don't want that, so I'm going to click on it and hit delete, and it's going to be gone. And I may want to replace that with just a nice generic background. So I'm going to go to my Backgrounds tab, open that up, and maybe put something simple like this behind there. Okay, and on any of the images, once again, we can click and adjust, flip through to the next page, once again. And you see how simple it is to just adjust how everything is displayed. And that's pretty much all there is to it. You can create your own pages as we've demonstrated, and you can adjust what's on each page and make your own templates. So it gives you a lot of freedom. If I don't like the way this image is sitting, I select it, I hit delete, and I just find another image that's going to work better. So, for instance, maybe something like that. So you get the idea. Once you're happy with it, click on Add to Cart. And it's saying, hey, you haven't quite filled this up yet. Well, I'm going to accept it as it is, add as is, and we're going to go into the shopping cart. If we bring this right to the dead center and scroll down, you'll see all of your pages here, and we can see that I'm not quite complete with my book. So I can click Save for Later down here, and it's going to remember to open this book up again the next time I open up the Roes, which is handy if you're not going to be finishing it all in one shot. If you are done with it, or if you want to edit it, you can click here, Edit Item, and it's going to bring you back to that main screen. But if you are done, just put any special instructions for us that we need to know, or any reference name, and click Checkout. We suggest doing Pickup at Lab, Pickup and Pay, and send out via the internet, and uncheck Tax Exempt if you don't, otherwise fill it in the number. And this email address is important. You will be getting a confirmation email at this address after you place this order. So go ahead and click Place Order when you're done, and that's all there is.